subtracting on a number line reinforces place value concepts for young children. It can also help them to be flexible with numbers, and it can help them develop their mental math muscles. Let's add first. 647 plus 284. The first thing I'm going to do is draw my number line. Now, we're using an open number line, which means I can make jumps of tens, hundreds, and ones. I can be very flexible and creative with my number line. When you add on an open number line, you choose to put one of the add-ins on the number line, and then you have to make jumps of all the hundreds, tens, and ones of the other number, the other add-in. So I'm going to put 647 on the number line. That means I have to make jumps of 284, which is 280 and 4. Once I've jumped 280 and 4, then I'm done, and I'll land on my sum. Let's go ahead and jump 200 first. I'm going to make a big jump and put plus 200 on top. 647 plus 200 is 847. And I'm going to cross off that 200, so I won't forget that I've already jumped it. Now, I've still got to jump 80 and 4, but I'm going to be flexible with how I do my jumping. I know that if I add 3 more to 7, I'll be at the next multiple of 10, and it'll be easier to jump from a multiple of 10. So, I'm going to break my 4 ones apart into 3 and 1, because 3 plus 1 makes 4. And I'm going to go ahead and just jump those 3. And that will land me, 847 plus 3, that will land me on 850. Now, it'll be easy to jump again if I can jump from 850 to the next multiple of 100. I know that 50 plus another 50 equals 100. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to make a jump of 50. 850 plus 50 is 900, the next whole 100. Now, remember, I have to jump 80, and I have to jump 4. I just jumped 3 of the 4, and I've also just jumped 50 of the 80. That means I know 50 plus 30 equals 80, so I still have to jump 30, and I still have to jump 1. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I'm going to go ahead and jump the 30 first. 900 plus 30 is 930. Cross off the 30. And all I have left to jump is this 1. So let's put plus 1. And 930 plus 1 more is 931. I've jumped everything in my second add-in. I've jumped 200. 50 plus 30 means I jumped 80. And 3 and 1 means I jumped the 4. So that means I've landed on my sum, and the answer is 931. Now let's subtract. 742 minus 183. Now there are 2 different ways that we can subtract on an open number line. We can count backwards, or we can count up. Let's count backwards first. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my number line. And I'm going to put the minuend, the big number, on this end of the number line, because I'm going to be, that's a 2 there, I'm going to be counting backwards. I'm going to be actually subtracting. So we're going to be working from right to left. Now, I have to take away 183, which means I have to take away 100, and the 8 tens stand for 80, and 3 ones have a value of 3, and I have to take away all of these values. I'm going to start by taking away the 100. So I'm just going to jump backwards 100, and I'm going to write minus 100 at the top of my jump. 742 minus 100 is 642, and I've taken away 100. Now, I still have to take away 80 and 3, but I'm going to be a little bit flexible with how I take these numbers away. I have 642, and I know that if I take away all of my tens, it might make things a little easier for me. So I'm going to go ahead and make a backwards jump of 40. minus 40. And that will land me 642 minus 40 is 602. Now remember, I have to take away 80, and I've only taken away 40. That means I still have to take away another 40, because 40 plus 40 makes 80. But I'm not going to take away this other 40 just yet. First, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those two ones. So I'm going to write minus 2 at the top of my jump. 602 minus 2 equals 600. And now I'm at a multiple of 100. And it's easier to work with multiples of 100. Now I have to take away 3, and I just took away 2 of the 3. I know that 2 plus 1 is 3. Now cross off the 2 because I took it away. I still have to take away 1, and I still have to take away 40. I'll go ahead and make a backwards jump of 40 first. I'll take away that 40. 600 minus 40 is 560 because 60 plus 40 makes 100. I've taken away the 40, and I only have one more to take away. So I'm going to make a little jump. I'm almost out of space. A little jump of minus 1, and 560 minus 1 is 559. And I've taken away all of 183, so I've arrived at my difference, my answer. The difference is 559. Let's subtract again on an open number line, but this time we're going to take a different approach. This time, instead of starting with the minuend and subtracting all of 183, we're going to actually start with the subtrahend with 183, and we're going to count up to 742. Now this may seem strange, but we do it all the time. For example, if I asked a young child, what's 5 minus 3? That child would probably start with the subtrahend 3 and count up to 5 like this. 3, 4, 5. And they've counted up 2. And that's the difference. We're going to do the same thing with this equation. It's just that we're working with 3-digit numbers instead of just ones. So let's go ahead. Let's make our number line. And I'm going to put the subtrahend 183 on the number line, and I have to jump and count all the way up until I get to 742. And after I've got to 742, then I have to add up my jumps, just like I did when I counted 3, 4, 5, and added up the numbers I counted up. All right, so I think the easiest thing to do here is to add 7. Because I know that 3 plus 7 makes 10. So 183 plus 7 is 190. Now I'm at a multiple of 10, and it's easier to count up. Now I'm going to make it easy on myself again, and I'm going to add 10 to 190. Because I know that 90 plus 10 will be 100. So 190 plus 10 is 200, and now I'm at a multiple of 100, and it's really easy to count up to 742. First, I'll make a jump of 500. 200 plus 500 is 700. I'm getting closer. I've got to add 40. And 700 plus 40 is 740. And now all I have to do is make a little jump of 2. And that will land me at my minuend. Whoops. 742. There we go. Now, I've jumped all the way up from 183 to 742. And all I have to do now is add up these jumps, and that will be the difference. I'm going to rewrite them down here, and I'm going to start with my hundreds, 500. And I'm going to add the tens. I've got 10, and I've got 40. So 500 plus 10 plus 40. And now my ones, 7 and 2, plus 7 plus 2. Let's put these tens together. 10 plus 40 is 50. Let's put our ones together. 7 plus 2 is 9. And now I've got 500 plus 50 plus 9. And that equals 559. The same difference we got when we counted backwards. And now I want to show you what I think an open number line really works well for. This is a subtraction equation, 900 minus 324. And you'll notice that the minuend, the big number, is a multiple of 100. It has a 0 in the tens place and a 0 in the ones place. Now, if you're like me, you might remember when you tried to subtract a number like this vertically, 900 minus 324, it became really tricky because we had to borrow from zeros, and that's hard. But I'm going to show you that if you use an empty number line for an equation like this, it is super easy, way easier than doing it vertically. So let's draw our number line. And I'm going to be counting up, which means I'm going to start with the subtrahend, and I'm going to add up until I get to 900. And it's so quick. So I'll put 324, the subtrahend, on my number line. Now, I'm going to make a jump of 6, because I know that 4 plus 6 will land me on a multiple of 10. So 324 plus 6 more is 330. From here, I'm going to add 70, because I know that 30 plus 70 is going to land me on a multiple of 100. So 330 plus 70 equals 400. And from 400, I can jump up to 900 very easily. 400 plus 500 equals 900. And I'm finished. I've jumped all the way up to the minuend. All I have to do now is add up my jumps. And I don't even have to rewrite these because I've got 500 plus 70 plus 6. I know that equals 576. See how easy that was?